Good morning, everyone. I don't know what happened last week, but like, why wasn't there any notes in our meeting notes? I just added one here for today, but there was nothing last week.
Oh, yeah, it was spring break.
Right, this week spring break for you, or Wednesday.
Oh yeah, that's correct. Last week was spring break for you, and this week spring break for me. Okay. So I just start. Oh, okay, that makes sense then. All right. So we have at least 3 big missions for today. I would like to hear a little bit from each one of you, what you have been doing. I took a look at the sprint report. I see that some of you don't like the crackers that you are bringing to your personal meetings. So it's Soyeon's fault. She doesn't like plain tortillas chips. And we need to respect her opinion and keep notes. What do you like, Soyeon?
I don't really like sweets in general, but I'll just take what's offered. Like, I'm not a picky
Bro, I thought
eater,
you were
but
fan of sweets.
the
But
plain
it's tortilla. Tortilla is not sweet.
yeah, but it's like I need a dip or something, you know, like salsa or
Salt.
guacamole.
Okay. Juan, it's not the tortilla's fault. It's missing another stuff. That's why.
That's really sad.
Meeting outside of class time is very effective. Reserving the dev lab.
Does anything with us? I was on board.
Okay, so I have noticed in our groups that like this semester, right? Both you and the other CSC capstones have been using this lab much more often, but it seems that other students from Lehigh are also using, so there's competition. So, Yon, do you need to be scheduling this lab on a weekly basis, or can you schedule like ahead of time?
You can schedule it ahead of time. So yesterday, I actually reserved this room for all our class time meetings until the end of the semester.
Good, that's excellent. The other thing is good as well, because you know you have this room, you are already doing that like this weekend today, this setting up investment, because it's a lot of details. It's another computer. We not only did the setup in the room, but you have to download the project from the cloud. You have to make sure that Unity is correct and stuff like that. So it takes a while, but it's gonna pay off, because this is what we are at the very beginning of the year. So you will be able to work in this space until the end of the year in December. So it's 1 week that it's like this investment should pay off, hopefully. And remember, never hesitate to ask for their help, because this place is there to support Lehigh students as a whole. We don't have as much control as we have in our own room, right, in Mountaintop. So if anything happens there, you need to communicate to Tara or Stephen very quickly, because they are the ones who need to know the needs and from the students, and also anything that needs to be, improved or fixed or updated, because we don't have permissions to do that. You might have noticed that already. So having that said, were you able to ask them, or were you able to install Unity 6 in these computers in this lab?
Yeah. We did all
that's excellent.
like a month ago, I think.
Juan, what about the link cable? Are there link cables there, or are you bringing any link cables from our lab?
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 here, and we finally found a way to like make them consistently work. yesterday, earlier this week, but yeah, like it's good now.
All right. Okay, so anything else about this room so that we can go to the rest of the meeting and like stop doing housekeeping?
I guess like every once in a while, like we need to update something and we need admin permission, but we've been pretty good about that. Just contacting them and LTS for admin permission. So
All
I
right.
think okay.
Oh, wait. So you can request the permission for them. It's
Yeah,
not
but
them.
they added a thing. It's called like admin on request or something. And you just click on it, it opens a ticket with LTS, and they give you admin permission for like a day or two.
Oh, that's excellent. It's much better because it helps you get stuff resolved instead of like being centralized in their office. That's very good. All right, let me see here. What did you do for spring break? Did you take a break?
Yeah.
May, you were the first one to do like this. What did you do?
I traveled to like the national parks. Yeah.
Ooh, look at that. So, Yon, what did you do?
I did nothing.
But did you do nothing purposefully? Like you chose to do nothing? Or
Yes,
you just let time go by?
I chose to do nothing.
Great. Doing nothing as a choice is doing something. So that's very important. Sometimes we need to do nothing. I have been doing nothing very frequently as well in this spring break stuff because we are always non-stop, right? Kwan, what did you do?
I went to visit my sister. I ate a lot of food. I slept a lot. I'm trying to get refund from my Airbnb because like for some reason like they listed out one address, but then they gave me like another end of the city and I had to change the Airbnb in like a few hours. I'm still salty about that. Yeah. So there's that, but everything's fine. And like I also bought a lot of Gundam model kits.
You
Nice.
bought what?
Other they're like Gundam model kits. They're kind of like robotic little mecha robots, and you have to like put them and stuff. I also bought paint because I was not buying like painting them, but not a wise financial decision.
Okay, so you had a very like full spring break, right? Megan, what about you?
I also did nothing.
But did you choose to do nothing or did you just like the time flew by?
I chose to do nothing.
Good, good. All right, so we are doing nothing together. Mike, what did you do for, oh, is this place behind you the place something related to spring break?
I went to Williamsburg, Virginia. Stayed at a resort. This is the view from my porch.
Oh,
I met up with my son and his family, and we walked around Colonial Williamsburg for about 2 hours, had dinner, spent the rest of the week traveling around here and there, then went back to my son's place to watch my granddaughter play in a soccer tournament. She's 7 years old, so a 7-year-old soccer tournament is a lot different than a real soccer tournament. So it's lots of fun watching them. And then I came home Sunday night and got busy again.
good.
And how about you?
I have worked
What are
last
you doing?
I have worked last week because it was not my spring break. Uh, I have I have played a lot of Mario Odyssey. So
Nice.
I am almost at 700 power moons now. Let me see. I also did lots of work at home because I bought my house last year and we didn't have time to do anything, just move in and start working in the fall. So we had prepared like the living areas, bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, and the office. But outside the house and the basement, it was like war zone. So, and the living room also was empty. There was nothing. So we were able to clean like a couch from our apartment at Lehigh. Like it was 7 years at Lehigh, so there was some mold from the carpet. We don't like carpet. And then yeah, so just like Kwan is having like adult life, going to Airbnbs and having to fix his reservations, I am also having somewhat of an adult life with like being a homeowner now. It's weird, it's a lot of work, but it's rewarding because it's so good to stay home and do nothing at home. So it's very good. I have enjoyed my spring break doing nothing, just taking care of the house. All right, so there has been lots of stuff that's very exciting. I would like to organize our share out by first by content and then by technical aspects. So let's start with the feedback from Lauren in Jacobsburg about the macro invertebrates and anything else that you may have gotten from them. And then anything else like content-wise that we were discussing last meeting, so that after that we can jump into development and troubleshooting. And then we will have two stages. The one that has more about ArcGIS and interactions with ArcGIS, and the other one about the scene in Jacobsburg. So who would like to start?
Start.
I didn't like I thought we were gonna wait, so what would we like to touch first?
Anyways, we can start with Quan, me and myself and Quan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, need to get my brain going.
You want to share screen?
Should we? Okay, so the first thing, yeah, can you share the development note?
Wait, I can.
Wait,
Wow.
I'll screen lock us. Screen share because makes sense.
this one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Down to the pictures. So we tried to separate the tributaries from primary to secondary, because what's in game right now, it's like everything together. And we had to like re-explore a lot of the BTPK files. And we still haven't quite figured out exactly which are the primary ones and the secondary ones, because we tried looking on the internet too, and like they have no concrete answer. It's all just like they are tributaries, and I'm like, okay, which kind? And we can't really figure it out. We were able to kind of separate them by, they seem generally separated, but I don't think they're quite correct. Like wait,
I see what you mean.
yeah.
It's in this. Wait, the second image. The second image has all of them, but then in the third image there is a like. Can you increase the zoom of your Google from 100% to 200%? No. This you're increasing the zoom from the browser. This is the thing that I would like you to increase. Yeah,
What's between those? And then
200. Okay, thanks. So in the third picture, there are some light blue. They seem to be primary tributaries because they are the first level that goes into the Lehigh River. And I believe, I don't know, I'm not sure because I'm not a specialist in this, but the secondary tributaries will be the ones that flow into the primary ones, and the primary ones flow into the Lehigh River. The
But-
question I have for you is that, were you the ones who dabbled with GIS Pro, ArcGIS Pro, and created that secondary layer of primary, secondary tributary layers with the light blue color, or were you able to find layer data layer from the web or from ArcGIS that already had that colored secondary or primary layer tributary for you?
Oh yeah,
So-
wait, yeah.
Oh, sorry. So we made our own because we realized the existing one was like wonky, but we also got the data layers from the actual project to compare them. So the highlighting stuff is from in-game right now. And that's where we found out, like, yes, some of the highlighting is correct, but if you notice, like, there are two more primary tributaries up on the top area that aren't being highlighted. And some of the highlighted ones there aren't actual primary tributaries if you unhighlight them.
Okay, let's take some steps back. I don't recall about this aspect, but did Dr. Bodzin ask you to create a secondary tributary layer or just the primary one?
Well, in the storyboard, well, one, Dr. Botson said the tributary layer wasn't accurate. So we were trying to fix that, but on top, Tom Hammond, he said we should split them into primary and secondary. I can see us definitely wanting the primary ones, but we weren't really sure if we need the secondary ones to begin with.
Okay, so how did you I don't recall, like I just skimmed over the email from Lauren. I think May was the one who was talking to her. That email was the macro, like the difference of how do we discern between two places that have the same types of macro. So did you even start asking about tributaries, or was just about the macros? Because we need to find out who the expert or who the source of information will be for us to make sure that we have the correct, information about the secondary tributaries. I think this is in the USGA website, if the government hasn't shut down. Let's take it. Have you tried using any generative AI yet to scrape the internet and find this for us?
Yes, I almost tried to.
Yeah, we used chat, but it was like differing information from chat to like other websites that we saw. So we couldn't figure out, exactly which one was accurate. We could definitely email Lauren about it. We didn't know that like it could answer stuff about geography. We didn't no, we just thought like they were specific to like Jacobsburg stuff, so we could definitely ask. But gameplay wise, I was kind of hoping to ask Professor Bodson and Tom Hammond what the purpose of the secondary tributaries were for, because we don't need them. Like, I don't want to waste time like trying to figure that out.
Okay, that's an interesting and very important question. So if Dr. Hammond mentioned about that, I would assume that in his mind, he's like, oh, this is a learning opportunity, because we are the only ones like doing this kind of stuff. So whatever we add, it's going to be like a go-to resources for learning about watersheds and this river structure and hierarchy. But what you said in the end is the same thing that I was thinking in the beginning before we started talking about that. Like if the places where the game will be allowing the player to go for the quality of water to be checked, they are not in a secondary like stream, then what for, right? But if any of them fall into one of these secondary streams, we will need to have the system of secondary stream to show the same phenomenon. Like it doesn't matter where you are, if it's on the north of the watershed or in the west or in the south, it's always gonna flow from secondary to primary and from primary rivers and streams to the Lehigh River, and the Lehigh River is gonna go into the Delaware River, which is around here. It's in Easton. It's funny, I don't know if you noticed that, but like, because we specialize in the Lehigh River watershed, all of our games, the Lehigh watershed, the Lehigh River watershed is like the main stage. Something that I love about this watershed, that is our watershed, in fact, is that it has the L shape here. So, and this L shape is very like unique, not only because it makes the letter of Lehigh, but it's very like it's a 90-degree turn to the east. It was coming from the north, and then it turns boom to the east like 90 degrees, and it's very weird. And this turn happens around Allentown area, which is our area as well. So this is some of the things that it's there. We don't openly talk about that, but because people will be seeing these rivers, like layers, clicking on and off and like flying over them, we hope that they will be building that knowledge passively, just like we learn lots when we are playing video games, but we are not actually making effort to learn about something. For example, the map reading skills and navigational skills that we have in open world games, just like Legend of Zelda, for instance, or Genshin Impact, or these open MMORPGs. It's a vast map with lots of important locations, and there is a map. Like it's a fantasy map, yes, but there is a map. There are routes, there is vegetation, and everything else. We are not actively making efforts to learn about that, but our brain gets used to all of that information layered on top of each other, and we use those like natural features to help our navigation, or to help us know which area we need to go, or what the characteristics of that area is. For example, in games, we know about monsters and about like some higher level, places to get experience from, and lower levels with the ones that are in caves or near the ocean, stuff like that. Here in real life, we have similar things, but it's about the land cover. Like this land, this part of the watershed is like to the east of the Lehigh River, to the west of the Lehigh River, and it's like lots, mostly used for farming, most for industrial use, or it's like vegetation, just like in Jacobsburg. So we hope to achieve the same kind of passive learning, because we're gonna be allowing people to play in many important locations that illustrate the different types of vegetation and land use around the watershed. So I think, although that's why like Dr. Hammond was thinking like, oh, let's put the secondary tributaries, because we will be like helping everyone learn about what primary and secondary will be, and without having to tell them so. We hope that they deduce what's going on, because wherever they are, just like we were talking, like the different locations, anything that happens in that water is going to be flowing into the Lehigh River eventually.
Also, yeah, gotcha. Just to make sure, but we also found like layers for kind of like the map data for like the Bush Creek Hill watershed map as well, which is like a distance where you are pointing at, but we're not using that part, right?
This is a very interesting comment, because from what I remember in the to-do list, it seems the previous group was going to be creating a Bush Creek River watershed. I don't know how to say that name. Bushkill, right? These names kill me. Anyways, the watershed that is from Jacobsburg, which is like right here. At least I know to identify where it is. It's right here.
Yep,
So,
yep, that's where it was.
so I don't recall if Zara and Titles they had finished, but I remember that there was a conversation. Oh, we need to create that because the VTPK file maybe. Because
Yeah,
the file that you found, is it the same file that we can use to toggle on and off in the game, Quan?
yeah, it was. And like we
Oh,
found
excellent.
it on and it was like complete, yeah. Just didn't like include it in this map yet.
And I know it sounds like that I need to ask the question just to triple check. Can you toggle on and off offline, or do you need to be online to be able to?
It's hardly sure because like it wasn't applied, like it wasn't in there in the first place. And like even for this map, we haven't taken it in game yet. So we still have to just like test this map that we're showing here. But this map I'm sure for like it should be fine. But for the Bush Creek Hill, I mean, since it's like the same file format, I don't see anything really changing much. But you just have to make sure. It's just didn't test it yet.
And did you find the other similar layers that we have in the Lehigh watershed as well? Like this land use cover, the colored ones. I think Zara and Titles they created the outline for the
We didn't focus too much on it,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, we just saw it like when really was too
Okay,
much.
so okay, I'm sorry. So just keep taking notes where you found it, so it's easy to retrieve because I remember this is definitely something that is under the professor's radar. Uh, it was like we will have to have something active in the Bushkill Creek. Is this the name? Like, am I saying the correct name?
Bush Hill Water.
Yeah, Bushkill. Okay.
Bush
Yeah, Bushkill Creek. All right.
Hill.
I was USDA Natural Resources National Water Quality Initiative, NWQI. They have lots of stuff. Watershed restoration, water programs, clean water. I don't remember where it is, but these government websites, they do have lots of layers and everything else. Okay, let's move on because I get engrossed very easily in whatever I'm doing. So this is the content topic. Anything else about content that we need to touch base on because there was the spring break, so we are reigniting this week?
But like for content, we still have both Darsh's scene and then also the Jacobsburg scene. So like, what do you guys want to touch first?
A question about the email they sent out. So Lauren kind of say like beside the microinvertebrate, the other thing we can like is like just different in like water body itself. So is that enough to like assess the stream as like healthy or not healthy? Or do we need to incorporate other things that he mentioned like pH level, temperature, all those stuff? It's like microinvertebrate plus the physical water enough?
I understood your question, May, but I'm afraid I cannot answer that because, and please, Professor Rusek, help me with this.
Okay.
I personally wouldn't say that only using the type of water, the water body, as a parameter to decide whether it's safe or not. Because it just happens to be a physical configuration. It's either small or large or whatever. There's more water flow. So just like here, so they have different water flows, depths,
Mhm.
but we will need to ask the other, like the specialist in science, which is Dr. Bodzin, to say like, okay, so this is what Lauren said. I don't think like that we would be able to decide only by the amount of macro and invertebrates and the type of water body, maybe. What do you think?
What I talked to the students a bit about, and I'll expand on it more here, is uh, Maywa's question was very good. We have two different sites that have the similar macro concentrations, and yet there are there differences. And having spent a lot of time in laboratories looking at things like this, I was obviously much more excited than the students are on this. But what I surmised out of this is that the macro concentrations that we see are a surrogate measure. They're a very rough indication as to the health of the particular water stream. And we don't know exactly why without all these other analyses. I would think that going forward is we look at the macro environment as an indication and then have perhaps Lauren and others make a decision as to what is the primary factor as to the health. So, for example, instead of looking at a full analysis of the water quality and flows and so on in the old mining areas, say the primary problem is pH,
Mhm,
maybe not even mentioning the types of acids that are causing the pH problem.
mhm.
And so going forward, use the expertise to identify one or two critical components, ultimately to decide what can we do going forward.
I see. That's a very nice approach. And what we might be able to extend from this thinking process is that we might be able to illustrate across different areas one of these primary or most prominent like other effects like the dissolved oxygen or the temperature or
Mhm.
other part like heavy metal presence or whatever. For example, in the abandoned mine drainage, like the water is extremely problematic in terms of like chemistry. We see the water, it looks nice and clean, but actually that water is totally poisonous. And
Yeah.
then we would be able to be like highlighting one of these many other parameters in that area. Oh, look, now here we are using this, I don't know, the aspect we'll be using as the tiebreaker, like to really make sure that we know that this water is not as safe. And we would be comparing all of these other places to Jacobsburg, which is the control
Mhm.
place, right?
Mhm.
So in the end, I think we would be able to still be landing that understanding that uh, with this survey, the macroinvertebrate survey, we can, and also like basic observation or basic
Mhm.
measures of water quality, apart from the macros, we can see really like the overall health, uh, like roughly speaking, not very detailed, but anyways, it would be enough for
Mhm.
us to drive the message and the goals of the game, which is helping the angler people to go find a nice place for them to go fishing. May, does this conversation help you with the question you asked, or would you like to ask something else?
Yeah, I'm just thinking how we're gonna show that in the game itself. Like what do the player do after they finish the survey? Do we just show a camera that talk about the environment and all those stuff you mentioned? Or do they need to do another thing to know it?
Did you write this question in your notes?
No, right? I just came up with it.
Good, because this is an excellent question, but it might
Mhm.
not be the exact moment to address them because especially because we don't have the other professors who are the specialists in the content knowledge. But your question is going the correct direction. And then like this is also inevitably gonna be falling back into game design. But for us to be able to start cooking the ideas and game mechanics, we need to make sure what the starting point is going to be. Just like you asked yourself, what are we going to be doing? We need to ask them about that, right? So your mind is in the right place, but don't lose this thought. Write down the question, even in our meeting notes, and next week we'll be able to clarify those questions with them. All right. Anything else? Content-wise?
We do have some stuff about shares and that, but like.
So Quan and I started kind of drafting the tutorial. We're not actually calling it a tutorial, but it's shorter than challenge tasks. So for the purpose of that, we're just going to call it tutorial in the meeting. But we started drafting ideas for it. Yes, it's in the script.
Oh, I sort of forgot to put the pictures we like we drew on.
So we were trying to think of, because we talked a lot about how like we want to give the players autonomy while also getting them to like try out the things like that are in game. So we haven't come up with like the exact wording, like the script that we want to put in, but we did come up with like a general outline for it. So maybe like give them like a little fact and like have them open the like map layer panel to like check out exactly what the game was talking about. And then like as soon as they click, they toggle on one of the layers, like we would make a destination marker appear on the map. And then like they would go to that thing or go to that place. And then same approach for like each layer that they can toggle on and off.
Why are these cut off?
Oh, because it was confusing me for, because those are from before we drafted the Quan and I our idea. So I was just
All right,
crossing.
can we try to, this is for me, like I have some issues with reading and stuff. Can
Okay.
we try to come up with a color coding situation or something like that? Well, for example, we see that there are comments from the professors and even ourselves, like one, this is from yesterday, 2 days ago, but like October 29th, October 29th. So the professors came here and revised stuff last year. So how do we tell them visually that this document has been updated so that they can know where your minds are currently, so that they can see exactly the pieces that will be needed to be revised? For example, one thing that really they do a lot, which is like we need to ask them, is for revising the terms and even the language, that sometimes we ask something with a lot of words, but they are used to making the same kind of question shorter, you know? So they like to be taking a look at that. Another thing that happens is we usually use informal language, very informal language. And because this is like something like educational and stuff, we need to try to be mindful of not being so informal to throw some part of the audience off, like, and also not too formal, not to capture the interest of the younger generation and people who like use those just like word puns or you know, yeah. So they do this a lot. You have the freedom to brain dump and write everything that is coming as a creative flow. And you should do that whenever your brain is giving you stuff. Just take notes so you don't lose those ideas because they are precious. And then you can revise together within your group and try to, oh, is this working? Do you like this idea? And then while you're discussing, you know what effect you would like to cause in the player when they are reading that. For example, uh, have you played any Paper Mario recently? Have you ever played Paper? No? Paper Mario is very well written, but like it's not very, it's beyond well written because most games they have a sprite or a familiar, a small pet that guides you throughout the game, right? In Paper Mario games, they are very, 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 very good at the writing aspect. So there's lots of jokes, word puns, and it's very interesting. So the the design, the storyboarding of Paper Mario seems to have allowed, like the team has agreed on or allowed to leave all those, hidden references or, word play, like in while they are speaking. And we can also have this kind of things because this is gameful design. Like you purposefully mess with the words or you put something that is going to be causing an effect that is like positive or reaching the emotion of the player so that you can maintain their engagement or their interest in continue moving forward. Um, for you to understand a little bit more about what I'm talking about, think about the total opposite. When you read directions that are very dry and very like imperative, like commandment, do this now, go, like it's very, why is that person there? Why is that avatar there talking to you? So as game designers, for us to achieve that level, we need to welcome this creative stream of like thoughts and jot them down in this type of document, just like we have on the screen. But we and we will always need to have the revision of the professors, or when you are working in the industry, if that's the case, from your managers and directors. So that's why I'm asking you, like, how can we make it easier for all the members of this project to be able to follow you as you are thinking and upgrading this storyboarding uh, process? I'm sorry for the long contextualization, but yeah. It's a lot of things that I have to share, but I need to improve that.
What else? So we were thinking, I guess, trying to give like a visual of what Con and I are thinking. So we have wait, it's not, I don't think we have a picture of it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you know how when you get into the game, it's like the welcome to the watershed,
Yeah, so
press Y, whatever. So on that, we have like whatever the dialogue is, and then the player like clicks next and they pick a data layer, they see a destination marker, they go over there, wherever that place is. And then once they've done the task there, we would have a pop-up open up in front of them. Because we can't control exactly where they go. So we thought instead of keeping the tutorial instructions in just one static place, we would have it appear wherever the player goes. So
was it this one?
yes.
Or there are some other parts as well, but like I think the other ones are Oh yeah, no, that's the part.
So we would have a pop-up after they finish a task wherever they are on the map instead of just a static location. So that was kind of our idea.
I'm reading.
Oh yeah, this is about like the scripts, I guess. The pretty much in the first face meetings.
I don't know if I don't know if I mentioned that before in the notes, but I think that your group is going to benefit a lot from playing our prototype IVR 0. Because our prototype is also starts also like IVR 4. We start flying over the map, but in our case, we're flying a drone. But there are lots of markers. Oh, yes, I did put that in the notes, but I don't know if you were able to understand or relate because you haven't played that yet. So I'm going to, in the documentation at the end of this meeting, before I finish this morning, I'm gonna put a link so that you can install in this computer or in your own computers, but it's only PC because it was the very first game that we ever made for you to be able to see like how all these systems are like UI pointing to specific places, the avatar giving specific instructions, but while merged to the context of the story. Because something that really, for me as a player, kind of kills the vibe is when the interface tells me, let's learn. No game does that. Like I had this conversation many times with Dr. Bodzin and Dr. Hammond, but they started getting like they got better at that because they started seeing the games we create being as effective or even more effective than traditional tasks. We are not creating traditional instruction. We are creating non-traditional instruction with the affordance of this media, which is the immersive video game experience. So for you as the designers and the like the drivers of this knowledge is how do you start creating these stories or this sequence from the get-go, from the tutorial, so that they can be learning how to use the controllers, they can be learning how to navigate, they can get started being contextualized to the like the big challenge or what is it? Why am I playing this game, right? But while being totally in sync with uh, the needs that they have to learn how to do those steps and continue playing. What I'm trying to say is like the optimal design for this stage, or tutorial instructions, it needs to be smooth. You should not be like, oh, I know that I'm doing this now and I have to finish this before I can continue, you know? So I'm gonna ask you to play that IVR 0 for you to take a look at that. It's far from complete. There is lots of bugs, but these elements are there. And I would like to know as well, like I said that in the very last second of the meeting last week or 2 weeks ago, have you been able to start playing some random games just in the initial stage of the tutorial for you to get used to how this smooth flow goes? You don't have to go into playing the games and advancing. Just the 31st minutes or whatever as when you know nothing, but then you learn the ropes, like you learn what you need to be doing while you are being introduced to all the other elements of the system. So this is also homework for you, like until this is done, because it's very cheesy to say that, but that's exactly the same process. We write better when we read a lot. Why is that? Because we get used to those structures or the words that are often being used in the different types of text or books or articles that we read. For game design and creating, we will be creating and designing better games the more we play other games because we are building up that frame of reference. All right? So
Yeah.
don't, and you should be proud, like say, I am playing this because it's research. I need to do that. And people will be jealous and that's their problem. You do your thing, all right?
You talking about the tutorial. Do you see Megan's pick yet? It's really good.
I'm sorry, can you say that again, Juan?
Yeah, this one. So we can use this, right?
Yeah,
I made it.
Yeah.
she made a new one.
Oh,
but
should we?
It's just the wording is a little different.
Mm.
I still don't understand how you make it so clean. I feel like it has like
So this is excellent. Let me give you the feedback. I like the new version because you how can we say that? Instead of having like an arrow here and an arrow here and say movement here and movement here, you merged, right? So you minimize the load, the information that is coming. Another thing that is excellent, it's because since this is in the center of the graphic, the person sees that first and they will notice that it's parallel. The same thing happens on the left and on the right. This is beautiful. You really nailed that. One thing that so this applies to all the other components, even the buttons Y and B. We don't need people to learn what Y is or B is, but we would be hoping that they will start developing some motor skills to identify that they should be using like the tip of their thumbs to press those buttons. So because the way you grab the controller, like it should be like this. Let me stop this thing here, highlight. So it should be like your thumb. This color is terrible. Your thumb is like, this color is terrible. How can I make a good, here, this is your thumb. So you can press this button with the topmost part of your thumb. And if you ever need to use this system button here, which is labeled as pause menu, you can either use like this or use slide down, right? We don't need to teach them that. But because you were able to figure like a very simple interface and you are mimicking these two things, the functionality for the two controllers, we increase the likelihood, the probability that they will be successful at interacting successfully and thus learning that passively without us having to tell them, do this, right? The only thing I would like to give you from previous experiences that I think that this button here might not be able to be programmed. You need to check that. From the previous headsets until the Oculus Go, that button was often saved as like reserved for the Oculus system. I don't know if that's the one or this one. I think this is the one. This is the one. I'm sorry. Okay, let me delete that one. Oops, delete this. Okay, so this one here on the right is the Oculus button. So we cannot label that as pause menu. because if you press that button, you're gonna be stopping the game, yes, but you're gonna be taken to the hardware of the interface of the hardware, like the Oculus panel. Would you like to quit this game, or would you like to turn on the Wi-Fi of the headset? Stuff like that, right? This one here, yes. You can even see that the icon is like 3 dashes, which we usually call that hamburger, because it's similar to other dashes in other interfaces. You click that button because there will be extra options for you to select from. So yes, I also don't think, actually, I think we should further discuss that with the other professors. Like how, if we should overthink that just like I'm overthinking now, or if we just let it go and we give the instruction as they start using this system. But yeah, maybe not pause, or we can say menu, because then it wouldn't be a lie. This is indeed a menu, but it's a menu from the system, from the Meta Quest headset system. And this is a menu that is from our own game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's where my head is now. But everything else is perfect. In my opinion, well, we need to see the others now. I also like that you are still not using the grip button, because this is very new, even for ourselves. So if we are able to be able to fully control all the things we need to control with the least amount of buttons, it's better. It's less things that we have to worry about asking them to learn, or, so far this is mind-blowing excellent. Maybe just like removing the pause button so that we avoid like confusing people, because they are not the same, just like I explained. All right, so would you like to say anything about the controller?
We like started right now, so
No, we're okay. Regarding the controller, at least.
Is this what you had in mind? Did I interpret that correctly, or am I off by something?
No, we're perfectly fine.
Okay, so I think you are good to move on from here now. Remember, the only test you'll be making like in your mind is, am I able to complete all the actions that I need to complete with this amount of buttons? Is this okay? So you need always to be checking like in your mind, is this being enough, or do I still need to revise or consider another alternative? But from my starting point, this is excellent. This is really excellent. Just to remind ourselves, we are going to be leveraging, what is that again? Let me get the line here. We're going to be leveraging the raycast, right? So the digital pointers. We'll be pointing, and there's like a digital ray that will interact. So for us to help our learners to like get used to these controllers and everything else, we just need to remind them like, oh, it's just like a physical pointer, like, or whenever, but it's digital. And then where is the color here? Imagine that there is an arrow at the very bottom, at the very end of this pointer, and then you are clicking with your mouse. But it's not the mouse, it's the select button that is highlighted here in the back.
Did you want those raycasts drawn on the diagram, or you just?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. But that's an interesting question. But I've never seen that before. You know why? Because this is the type of thing that they learn by doing in the tutorial. Like, oh, try selecting this by using the, and then the avatar or the instruction says that, and then they will notice the pointer. Quan is like full of white hair with this kind of stuff because he suffered in IVR1 with us for many years. So he's gonna be able to help with this raycast interaction thing.
Junior, since we only have like what 15 minutes left, I also wanted to ask us like for some stuff in the Unity, like Archie has seen like we made some prototypes of like the highlighting on the map that I wanted to ask you about to just like see how it does. Wait, but like just to start off like the simple stuff though. So we got what is this thing? So okay, just play it when you're ready. So we got the vignette effect and because like we
Did I
yoinked it
see
from
the
the Archie's VR. Did you play it? Yeah, because like you're sharing the screen, so they should be able to see it as well. But yeah, we got the vignette effect because like we also yoinked it from the other team where it was working in the scene. So it's also working now. Wait, that's weird. Like it's loading us for me, but I don't know what was a little bit stuttering. Like it's not.
It's not moving at all on the computer screen.
Yeah, because like it has loading sign on my screen as well, which
Oh, okay.
oh, it's working now. Okay, nice. Okay, so yeah, I don't know.
Wait, where'd it go?
Wait, what's the vignette effect? What the hell? Oh wait, yes, because of the plastic branch. Oh my god, sorry.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, because like, can you go to plastic?
The Zoom thing is hiding it.
Yeah, but it was a little bit jarring in the beginning because it's literally just like black sides and then you can see through the middle. So I changed it a little bit to have like a little bit of like you can see a little bit more and then there's also a little bit of fade in, which I changed some of the parameters.
Oh, wait, there is pending changes. You need to address them first.
But yeah, so I changed it. We might still have to change some stuff of it, but so yeah, that's in the game. It seems like we still do because like I tested like asked Seong to test it yesterday, and it seems
Wait, I'm sorry, Quan. Do
Yeah.
you remember having done that yesterday? Is this something that you changed purposefully, or is it something that the computer did by itself?
Purposefully.
Okay, good. So go on and check it in.
Because it's my account.
Oh wait, no, I mean like this part. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I thought you were asking about like the changing of like the effects. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean it helps, but I don't think it's gonna like completely solve the sickness issue. Just for space. Yep, that's one. So yeah, there's that. So we might still have to get some other effects or like whatever changes we need to as well. And who else? Outside that, for the map highlight system, for kind of like what we mentioned in the tutorial, we made two kind of like prototypes. One of them, like, is kind of like the beam and the Zelda that we were talking about last time we met. But that didn't really fit in thematically, partly because like we don't have the right texture for it. So we also made kind of like a push pin. Let me just show you like when it's loaded, yeah. Oh, it's loaded. Oh, sorry. Yeah, because it was working, right? Yeah, so if, like you can probably see like there's like the actual display like darkens a little bit. That's the vignette effect. Yeah, so that's beam we're talking about because like and Zelda's supposed to be like infinite, so I just kind of set the height to be lower higher now. So that's like one of the stuff we made. And the other one was like a push pin right there. We also tried to make it glow, but we weren't really successful. It's just kind of like a push pin right now.
So I would like you to really try to avoid using particle system because it's expensive,
Yeah.
especially for the headset, because every dot of that is a polygon being rendered and it's being
Yeah.
like moved. So there's a lots of calculations going on. So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
price of this thing here, as opposed to the beam of light, this is extremely expensive.
Yeah. But yeah, like we tried to make it kind of like a glow, kind of like a lamp, power lamp for it, but yeah, we couldn't really, so we just like experimented with this instead. So yeah, because like to be honest, like personally I really like this as well because like it fits in with the map instead of like the Zelda highlight beam, which
Just looks like the building.
It's because of this, like the texture that it was used was not ideal. So
yeah, it's like it's supposed to yeah,
there
that's why
shouldn't
it's
be
a little bit
any
of like
lines, you know.
yeah, or like it can also be kind of like this, but like kind of like having a yellow tint instead, kind of like this instead. Yes. But yeah, like couldn't find a texture for it, nor could I see a way to get it from the asset store as well.
So you know what you need to look for, like portals, like look for portals
Oh, that would be
tutorial.
great actually, yeah. Wait,
There's
so yeah,
lots of assets that have those circular portals like this, and then they have those blue shades of thing, and then like it
yeah.
seems something is moving, but actually it's not moving. So it's much less inexpensive than the particle system. All right, so you started experimenting with the visual cues. What else?
No, yeah, this is like just like the two major things that we touched upon. Wait, so now that the vignette effect is kind of most likely done, like, what other things do like would you have in mind? Because like, I feel like we still have like other methods to decrease the VR sickness, you know.
When you are using the vignette in the headset, is it closing in both sides or just in the left side?
Both sides. Like, is it only showing like left side for you?
Yeah, on
It's because we are seeing on the screen, so it's weird.
Yeah, it's I don't know why, but
oh.
Eh?
Oh.
Oh, there you go. Excellent.
I mean, like, yeah, initially, like again, like the whole thing is just like completely solid black. I also changed it to be a little bit transparent because like I didn't really like the solid black because it looks really weird.
Did we fix the thing where, remember?
Oh, diagonally, yeah. Because like right now, like the vignette effect like applies both when you turn and both when you move as well.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Even if you move forward, like still.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Again, like we can still like mess with the thing, but I don't think like this alone is gonna really help with everything, to be honest.
So are we going to be checking that back so that everybody has the same things, or are you still working on this one?
I mean, this and that. Oh, but that is like work in progress. What the vignette effect? Yeah, I don't expect to change it much. Like we might change some of the parameters when we, like go through the project. But yeah, I don't think the vignette effect is gonna change.
Are we going to be? Oh wait, can anyone click on this area so we can see the full console window?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Click here, this yellow warning, so that we can see the full console window. So this needs to be fixed because it's like happening in runtime and then it's kind of making the thing laggy. Detected one or more triangles where the distance between two vertices is greater than 500 units. The resulting triangle, something like if you click one of them, they give you the can impact simulation and query stability. It's recommended to tessellate meshes that have large triangles. So this is a problem that you can work on solving.
Wait, so Should we check that for now, or do you think it should still be on a branch then?
How many people are working in this scene?
It's just me and Sayana, and
Yeah.
how Megan is working in the Czechoslovak scene. We're also
Oh, so what I saw in the Branch Explorer, you are always working in pairs. Is that correct?
yeah, most of the time, because like we're always working and just lapping away.
So Megan and May, they are working down there, and you and Soyon are working on the top.
Yeah, more or less so.
And is it safe for me to assume that like Megan and May, they won't need anything that is happening here, and vice versa? You and Soyon won't need anything that is happening here.
Pretty much.
Like the vignettes effects, I believe like we do also need to put it in the on the scene, but outside of that, I don't think so. Yeah, I think we're just scenes entirely so.
But let's like, although this is fine, I think we should be disciplined. So let's merge back and then rebranch. And then we don't, since you have decided to be working like this in pairs, we don't have to create 4 branches anymore. Let's just create 2 branches for the working groups, right? But lots of things have been accomplished here. Lots of things have been accomplished here. And or some things have accomplished here and some things have, it doesn't matter. Something has been upgraded. So let's update this main version and then rebranch so that we are clearly creating a checkpoint today. And whenever the other professors return, they will be able to say, oh, this cycle has been finished. Now let's continue doing that.
Also, yeah, sure. I just wanted to let you know, but do you remember the like we already put in the change like the challenges, but okay, let's just do this while we're talking. But do you remember the change that like the error that we got while we were doing like Unity 6? Like that's one of the packages that got an error. We had to comment out our code, and it wasn't being pushed into plastic, but we thought we fixed that. But yeah, so for some reason, like that popped up again. So yeah, that's in the challenges pile again.
I don't recall the error. Can you refresh my mind, please?
It was the update sky parameters or something. Or something with clouds.
It's like I don't even know where the script itself is not alive. Wait, let me just nice. No.
Oh, I noticed that you removed the cloud. So I have been reading a little because of the other group. It seems that Unity 6 and the MetaQuest 3, they have a specific renderer. Like, are you using URP or HDRP?
HDRP, but wait, I forgot. Maximize. Wait, do you remember how to like maximize this thing? Oh no, it was like one of the changes in the packages where they had like they were taking something and the thing didn't exist or something, so we had to comment out that part of that part of code, and it's just a simple change, but for some reason it didn't get pushed into plastic, and basically yeah, it was like one of the scripts in the packages. So that's what I have no idea. Wait, oh yes, God, wasn't it? Never mind, I can't find it. It's not. Like the script that we had the issue with. It's not in that, but yeah, like it's in the packages somewhere.
So while you search for that with Soyon, can I go to Megan and May, please? Megan and May, let's go and in our document, let's start preparing for next week. What do you two would like to be doing during this week? And like write it down here.
We kind of have a to-do list. I was about to talk about. We kind of came up with a game flow. So we decided that we're gonna put exclamation mark above the area where the microinvertebrate is located.
Mhm.
so the player know how to pick it up. And then
Okay.
we're thinking like only one exclamation mark is gonna appear at a time for like each microinvertebrate. And then after the player like clear all 8, and then we have a camera saying like you have cleared all of those. Now move back to the table and paste it there.
All right. Let's go back there. I was able to visualize that. This is good. The only thing that I'd suggest you to do is not to do one at a time. Because if you do one at a time, you are controlling the experience.
Oh,
If you put all of them, people will be able to choose. It
So-
might be a little overwhelming, but like there is this like balance. We need like to the left is only one at a time, very controlled. Like people need to go where you want them to go. And that is like not, there's no autonomy, there's no agency. And to the right, total freedom. There are many exclamation marks. What you might be able to do is to program something that maybe 2 or 3, 2 because you have 8. So 2 of them show at a time, and then you need to decide which one you go to get first. Once you get one, 2 others will be appearing. So there are 3 options. And then you go to the other. There are other ways for you to think about how to still allow freedom and the player to be making the choices, not us making them choices for them. And something that this second one here, I'm not sure, but maybe because you haven't done that yet, I hope that we can go take you to Jacobsburg this semester for you to do the macroinvertebrate survey yourselves. I did that last year or 2 years ago, and that was like, it changed my world because now I know what they want us to do with the game. So I really wish that we can do this for you because, for example, when you go to the water and you put the net, there is lots, like many different critters, like macroinvertebrates coming to the net. So just by going once in the water, you already have lots of macros to throw in the tray. And then in the tray, you start noticing which types of macroinvertebrates you have. So it's not like you need to go and collect one or at each location. You know what I'm saying? What the locations will have differently, I think that I don't know, maybe. Each location in the river, like if it's closer to the land and the grass, or if it's under a big rock, or if it's in a place with lots of flowing water, that may dictate the amount and type of macroinvertebrates that we'll be finding. But it's very random. Like we never know. I think this what I just said plays a role, and Lauren will be able to let us know in the future because she has been doing that forever. But yeah, this might be designed into the game. Like, oh, close to the grass, there will be more types of this macro or bigger ones. Under a rock, lots of them, or not so much, or in a place with flowing water, uh, less because the water is flowing, so it's hard for us to really collect many of them at the same time. So, you know what you can focus is creating the visuals for the exclamation points, like these areas that is calling the attention of the player for them to go into the water. And Yeah, I don't know, because I don't know what the other professors have in mind. And I
Oh.
also don't want to be saying everything that is in my mind, otherwise it's going to be biased.
Oh, also like we have kind of create some micro invertebrate in the game. Like I was thinking if we want to do 3D or 2D, I think 3D is kind of too hard to do. So I kind of do a 2D one.
Okay. I think it's good. Like for you to put the 2D things on the plastic tray, right?
I think it's just gonna be the time soon.
Right now I just throw it in the river. I don't know if I can show you.
But yeah, guys, don't want to spoil the fun, but don't.
Oh, this is something automatic, so you can totally undo that.
I don't know what the script is. Thanks a lot.
We should be done. We can just leave it open.
Megan and May are showing me this. So while they are showing me this, Kwan and Soyeon, what are you going to be working on this week?
I'm gonna try to look for better
Gotcha.
assets for the highlight or destination marker.
Also, actually apply the Archet swing the bar, the tutorial, and then also fix that script thingy
The
problem.
yellow thing. Okay.
Yeah, but like just a bunch of random stuff. So don't worry about too much about it.
Yeah, it's something like this.
Are these macro invertebrates over here?
Yeah, we just because if in the river we can always see it, we just put it here right now so we can visualize it.
Very personal one.
You feel like 2D is enough.
Yes.
Can we make the 2D move in the water?
You don't need to make them move.
Oh, wait.
This is too realistic. It's not necessary.
Can we
Okay.
score with the
I think like we won't see them in the water, but I think we will be seeing them, I guess, I don't know, maybe here.
Yeah.
So you'll be putting very small copies of these things in the tray. But this is nice. This is very exciting to see the animals coming to life in the game. Oh my gosh, we are over time.
Yeah,
Because I talk too much.
The other team's here already. So.
Yeah. I just need to sign off.
alright.
So next week, you can just branch two things, like two working branches. You don't have to make 4 anymore. All right.
Okay.
Gotcha. Keep that in mind.
And remember, I'm gonna be putting IVR 0 for you to play, so that you have other ideas.
Sounds good.
I need to sign off.
I'm gonna stop this recording because Yay, we are recording. We are famous people now. So welcome back from spring break. Let's start talking about spring break. Let's start with Ryan. What did you do during your break?
I kind of been sleeping some work. School.
Did you enjoy it? Like, did you, feel that you relaxed, or did you use the break to just get work done?
Both.
Okay, so I'm interested in the part that you were not getting work done. Did you do something for yourself? Did you have fun? Did you see other people that you usually don't see normally? What was it like?
I just mostly just slept.
Did you feel refreshed after you slept? Like
Yeah.
slept? Okay,
Yeah.
good. Any video game playing by any chance? No? Oh no, video games are nice to play, and it's gonna help like you with everything that we do here. Like playing video games is not only killing time, it's also working these days. Anyways, thanks for sharing. Giovanna, what about you?
For me, uh, it's
Your
not,
faces tell a lot. Like, what
well,
happened?
yeah, I didn't do much, to be honest. Like, the whole break, I was just focusing on my work and catching up with some stuff. I had like 2 programming assignments to do as well.
So,
So,
but didn't you stop even a bit for yourself?
no, I couldn't.
Oh my gosh, no.
Priorities.
Okay, we need to level up time management so that you can be free again and have Giovanna time. All
No,
right?
I can't.
Everybody can. We just have to work on that. I can help you with this if you want. I was usually like all like working non-stop, 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 and now I don't work on weekends anymore. So, and I learned that after I started working with Dr. Bodzin. He was like, "Oh, we should try not to work on weekends and stuff." And he never manages to do that. He's always working on weekends. And I was able to surpass him. Now I don't work on weekends like for a long time. And I work only during the week, and then not on the weekends anymore. So it's possible. It's hard, but we can do it. It's just like a game. We level up. Uh, let's see. Megan.
I guess another team. I'm Helen.
Oh, Helen, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Helen, what about you?
So I went back home to New York.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you kicked everybody else's asses there. All right, so tell us about going back home.
It's been a while since I've been back to see my family, so it was really nice to see them. And it was my sister's birthday, so it was fun celebrating with her.
And how long did you exactly stay there? Was 5 days, or were you able to do a little bit more?
It was it was 5 days. Yeah, I was back for 5 days.
Good.
So it was nice.
Ryan and Giovanna, look at Helen's face. She's shiny because she refreshed herself. She did no work during the break. That's what I'm trying to get you to reach as well. You need to stop sometimes. And even doing nothing is healthy. So
Yeah.
Giovanna is losing the game today. First place is Helen. Second place is Ryan. And Giovanna is third place today. Let's see Warren. Warren, what did you do?
I also went home.
Ah, there's a
Yeah.
tie. Okay, tell us about that.
Uh, well, went home to Tennessee, saw my family. I mostly just chilled back there.
Okay, define chill. Did you play games?
Yeah, actually.
What?
Ever heard of like Ace Attorney?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of that.
Oh, okay, so you were playing by yourself or with any other people?
Well, my brother was nearby.
So this is good. Quality gaming, social gaming, family gaming. That's excellent. All right. Uh, Giovanna, I'll help you catch up on your Giovanna time. All right. Look at Kirby. Kirby and Mario is like they have your back over there, literally. All right. I also played a little. I played Mario Odyssey. Have you? I don't know if you played Mario Odyssey. I am on my way to completing the 999 power moons. So I'm 700 power moons now. And I'm enjoying it. Very nice. Just not pressure, just jumping like crazy and swimming while I'm laying in bed. It's very relaxing and rejuvenating for me. What about you, Professor Rusak? What did you do?
Oh, I went down to Williamsburg, Virginia, and the background is the view from my room. I met up with my son and his family, and we toured Colonial Williamsburg for several hours and went to dinner a week ago Sunday. He went back home to Virginia Beach. I did a little bit of touring, some antique shops and a couple of other smaller historical locations. I didn't mention it to the last group, but I did do a little bit of charity work with the team I'm in charge of with a virtual meeting. And then after I checked out of the resort, I went to Virginia Beach to watch my 7-year-old granddaughter play soccer. And a 7-year-old playing soccer is nothing like soccer we see on TV. So that is always a lot of fun. I spent the night and then I came home last Sunday night and got ready for this week.
What about the sun? Like this photo is kind of cloudy. Did the sun show up at all while you were at the resort?
We had a little more clouds and drizzle in the morning, and we had some pretty good sunny days. Now, as good as the pool looks, and even though the water was circulating, it was too cold and nobody went in. So it's more visual at this time of year.
But even seeing the pool like makes us feel better, I guess. Alrighty, so we are ready. We are back from spring break. I'm still in spring break, kinda. Yeah, but yeah, all right. So I'm still gonna be playing some Mario, I hope. And oh, I'm also defending my dissertation. So in April 1st. So finally, I'm gonna finalize this long battle of getting a doctorate because it's crazy. If I knew about that, maybe I would have changed my mind, but it's fine. I'm already here on the other side after almost 8 years now. All this white hair, it's from Lehigh. I didn't have all this white beard. Anyways,
An interesting choice of days, April 1st.
it was not my choice. And it's not a lie. It's going to happen. At least I'm
Okay.
preparing for that. All right. So I thank you so much for providing me with the information you provided yesterday. I really needed to see that. What I wanted to be able to see is like how your plastic or UVC is going about. And I was also worried that like we did a lot of extra work after everyone left Warren and I stage, but I didn't recall what stages we reached that day. Warren, do you happen to remember like did we reach position in the troubleshooting that like it was fine, or were still like there was problems lining up for us to fix?
Yeah, the last thing we got to last Friday, last Friday was that we got the XR rig in the house scene, but when we hit play, it wouldn't work. Like when we tried to play test it with the headset, it wouldn't work, and the next thing to do was just find out why.
Oh, I remember. And then we worked in a different scene in the same project to
Yeah, in
make
the
sure
VR
that
test
we
scene.
set up the XR plugin management. And then we were able to have that work with the headset.
Yeah.
But then when we went to the house, it didn't work. Correct?
Yep.
Okay. So what I would like to have is that the team can download this version that we had reached. So everybody at least has the XR setup working for them as well. The issue that you faced is not about the headset. It's about something from the project that is old and not compatible.
Well,
Most likely
actually,
something about texture. Go
yeah,
ahead.
actually, I managed to fix that earlier this week, and I got the XR rig working in the house scene.
Ooh, this is excellent.
Yeah, and then we made some more progress collectively since then.
Okay, so I'm gonna shut up and let me just open here the files. So I am in IVR3 meeting notes. We have, can anyone paste the sprint report 7 and VR development notes here for us as well? Helen, I guess I answered your question. So I got here, yeah, I answered this question. You are getting those conflicts. What I wanted to see is like why you're getting the conflicts with those files. That's weird. Another thing that I noticed from watching not watching, seeing the snapshots is that you all are like sweeping things under the rug, and it's under the rug. When I'm saying this is about like the shelving technique. Shelving helps when we need to like put something that is like pending changes. We store it in the shelf for a while so that it can clear the window, like the pending changes window, and then we can check in something that we worked on. But then we need to go back to the shelf and decide what we do with those files, with those changes. So if you're gonna be discarding them, or if we're gonna be continue working on them and then eventually checking them to the project, like pushing them to the cloud. So another thing, if you have shelves in your plastic, you need to understand what the shelves contain. If you don't understand what they contain, it's very likely that one, it's not yours clutter. You can totally delete that. And two, if you don't understand, it's number one again. You shouldn't have that in the first place. Because although it's like shelved, it doesn't mean that it's not there. It is there. It's just like stepped away for you to be able to work a little with another thing that is like more priority. But you need to go back there and take care of that. For example, in Warren's snapshot, um, we have no shelves. I don't know, like, who is gonna be sharing this screen for us? Because my screen is bad for sharing. Warren, can you share yours? So since I'm talking about yours, can you go to your plastic?
I've been working in the dev lab, so I'm not sure how up to date my laptops is.
Oh, wait, talking about the laptops, this is another problem. Let me just do a roll call again. Warren, what is your laptop? Is that an Apple or a Windows PC?
Windows.
Okay, so you can download the project in your computer now. Helen, I have a solution for your case. Ryan, Apple or Windows?
Apple.
And it seems you and Giovanna were able to download the project and work well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now follow-up question.
What?
How different is your computers from Helen's computer?
The same computer.
Are you sure it's the same, or is the silicon chip, whatever, M1, is it there, or is your Ryan's and Giovanna's is like an older version than Helen's?
I have a Windows.
Yay! You're from our tribe.
It's the same thing.
Windows people. Okay, so
It's the
the
same
only situation is between Helen and Ryan. I would say that Ryan's laptop is not the same processor. Is that correct?
It is. They're both Apple M2.
That's excellent then. So there's never bad news here. So my solution for you, Helen, is going to be the same, the following. Remember when you documented that you are getting some weird project compiling issues when you're trying to load the project? And it says that your JSON manifest file is corrupted or something is duplicated there. This happened a lot last year, 2 years ago in the IVR4, the other team, the other SE team group. What we're gonna be doing today, we're gonna be checking Ryan's. So Ryan, can you join our meeting so you can share your screen soon? We're going to be checking Ryan's JSON manifest file and the packages lock file so that we see how Ryan's project is like structured in terms of component, packages and plugins. And we can totally copy the text of his files and paste in yours. Delete whatever we have in yours paste his, and then we ask your computer to load the project. So that file, the JSON file, is just like the soul of the project. Based on what you installed in your project, like plugins or Unity editor assets, for example, the XR interaction toolkit, it's going to be written there. Oh, this is the plugin, this is the version, this is the developer, or this is the URL. Usually 4 or 5 entries per plugin or per package. So we can do this, or we can also do another situation, Helen. We can compare how your files, the JSON files, are with Ryan's, so that we can fix the duplicated syntax, whatever issue, and then save it so that it stops creating the issue. Okay? So please put a smile on your face, because whatever you were struggling with is still not that bad. We have gone through that before. And also, like, I'm very happy to know that Ryan's computer is the same as yours, because then it's very reassuring to know that everyone will be able to work in their own computer. Giovanna is like, from her notes, it seems everything is nice. So I'm not worried so much with her computer. Warren, do you think your computer is maybe overloaded, or what is going on with your computer? Do you know?
I honestly am not sure. I've just been working in the dev lab.
Okay. But
Yeah.
don't you miss having the chance or opportunity to not have to go down there and work in your room and stuff like that?
Yeah, the dev lab also has the headsets and I don't, so
Okay. All right. Okay.
not really.
All right. So we checked in about the computer situation. Warren, oh no, you are not ready to share the screen yet, right? No, because it's in the lab.
Hmm. Do you guys
Ah.
have it open there?
What's that?
Did you guys like download the repository on to whatever you're logged into?
Yeah, I just did. But instead of downloading from the disk, I downloaded from repository. I don't know how different that would be.
I could you
Can
share
you
your
share your
screen?
screen? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Like it just finished. Wait, can you see this?
Yes.
Well, I guess that's the right version. So does that
Well,
have the
let's make sure that it's the right version. Click the plastic window, please, Helen.
well, the Windows says it's the right version, but I don't see the XR rig.
Wait, it's not the right version because we
The
don't see houses here. So when we first download the repository from the cloud, it stays in the very last change set of the main branch. This seems to be the main branch, but it's not. It's main VR. So it doesn't matter where it is. We know that it's going, actually it matters because you need to see that. Let's open here, Helen. Instead of last month, put lots of like, go to last year, 2024. So change here from 25 to 24.
Did it prompt you to like did it give you that warning about opening in a different version?
yes.
Yeah, okay, that's the problem.
Here, look at
Oh,
that.
it's all the here. All right.
Because this is the main branch. So every time, it doesn't matter if it's in the dev lab, in your computer, in our lab, if you are downloading a project from the repository for the first time, it's going to put you at the very end of the main branch. Why is that? Because ideally, the main branch is where the whole most up-to-date project state should be, right? All these working branches we create is either because we have specific tasks we are trying to update, or because we are using the divide and conquer. Every member has a specific task for them to be working. But our goal is always to merge back to main at some point. Uh,
Yeah,
in
let's
this
copy the
case,
repo.
in this case, though, it's a bit different for us because we have two architectures in the same cloud. So we will not be able to come back to main because main finished with the PC architecture, which means we have the full version of Flood Adventures for PC. So we created the sub main slash VR, and then everything that happens after 21st February to the right should be VR only. And if we ever go back, like before 21st February, you you can expect lots of trouble. Many things will be broken. It's hard because
Yeah, this
yes,
copy of the repo might be lost. Opening it in the new version probably has changed something such that you can't really update it to the current. I don't know, but I think by opening it in opening this in Unity 6 again, you just kind of reset the update.
which update are you talking about?
The when we updated it to Unity 6. I'm
Oh,
saying since
oh, oh, I'm seeing what you're saying because Helen opened that version in the new.
in
Oh,
Unity
that's why it
6.
took a lot of time to open because it was processing everything.
Yeah. I think you could download the repository again and then do that add to disk thing. Well, okay, download the repository, switch your workspace, and then add to disk.
I think maybe it's already downloaded. Should I just switch?
I that's the one that's open in you have open in Unity right now, right?
No,
Oh, it's not?
she has opened this version here that has
No,
the
I mean
announcement.
not the version, the workspace.
Yeah, it's that.
Or not
Oh,
the
workspace. And I should just switch workspace to this.
I don't think I don't think that's going to
But we can try, like, let's try.
yeah,
But
I'm a
wait,
bit
is this the last one? Because there's more things to the right, right?
oh yeah, sorry.
Oh, it's not merged in yet, so would you like me to look at yours, Warren, then? Like I can just share yours.
I guess, yeah, the most recent one. Because that's where we put in the vignette yesterday.
All right.
Yeah, I'm a bit iffy about trying to open that again because yeah, Unity's like that.
Oh, exit out though. Wait, this is.
No, no,
Oh.
it's okay.
Oh, I thought I had to restart everything.
But that's
Okay.
fine. Restarting
Right.
is fine as well.
Like this is what I did because I couldn't find it from the disk, so I just added from repository.
Well, you didn't have it yet, did you?
It's downloaded.
No, I mean earlier.
I didn't have it earlier because I had to download it because I didn't download my project on this computer. Oh, wait.
Oh.
So did I just open the same one? Because
Well, okay. I don't know why it's still prompting you to use that older version.
It's because, wait. No,
Did
Helen
the
has
manifest file not save?
Helen, close Unity Hub. Let's start again. All right. So the project is now in the present. Helen, open Unity Hub, please. I understood Warren's question, and that's very puzzling. Why is it showing the older version? Does it mean that it's not updating the...
I think it'll be faster if we just re-download the repository, just get a fresh copy of it.
Yeah, this is something that I've done many times. And this is something also that I was going to suggest to anyone that their project is not working in their personal computers. So, Helen,
Oh.
let's do
Oh,
it.
it's in the H drive. That's the problem.
What? I cannot see anything here.
Like, okay, let me.
Yeah, it's in the H drive. That's your problem. I think that's your problem. I ran into
this is
loads of
H.
issues when I put it onto my H drive.
No.
Also, should I open?
So please, who is taking notes? This is a huge no-no. No project in the H drive.
Oh,
I already I think that's in the in the VR dev notes.
All right. Okay, so
Uh,
let's do this step by step. Let's first delete those projects. Oh, it's open. You gotta close the project first.
what's it open in?
nothing else open.
Oh, the workspace is open. So because there is the blue check mark here.
Oh.
Oh, wait. Is this?
How do I close that?
That's new because it's been forever that I don't have only one workspace in the computer, so you can you click this Brownie VR here and then you open this button, the second one. Okay, now go back to the branch thing. Ah, it's still there.
Then should I open this, the Flood Adventure 2? Maybe I'll switch it to the other one.
Oh yeah, you can, but how will be able to delete the second one? And why do we have two copies? Isn't this your version, Warren?
Well, I I don't know how the system handles that, but I have the repository on my account on
What?
that computer.
You don't have the repository in your account?
I do
All right.
on that computer, the one Helen's on.
Let's just like take a deep breath.
Okay.
It doesn't matter the account. What matters is the computer, right? So Helen is using the Dev Lab computer. In that computer, it's saying that we have two copies of Flood Adventures installed. One is from some place that I cannot read because it's too small, and the other is from C user HEG Flood Adventure.
Yeah, that's.
This one is bad because just like Warren noticed, it's in the H drive. So let's click this button here, Helen, to open this workspace. Good. Now let's go back there and delete this one. Good. I don't think that when we use this interface, it's deleting from the computer. And you should always be on top of this process, because if you're using your own computer is gonna blow up out of trunk, like lots of clutter. So, Helen, can you open? Oh, you can't. Can you open your H drive in this computer? We need to delete that project from your H drive because one, H drive is very limited, and two, this project is just, if it's there, it's just taking space from your computer. And 3, that may be the reason why also you're having issues with the manifest JSON when it's compiling the project, because it's not a steady disk path. It's a online or a network folder. So although this sounds weird, it's very good because we are understanding what's going on. And when we understand, we can take steady actions. So can you open this button here? Let's open the File Explorer. Yes, click Helen. This is the H drive. You should not be putting projects there. Not only you, everyone. Yeah, you can totally, actually, you can delete the workspace folder altogether. There. See how many, like almost half of the H drive was with this project because this project is heavy. And just as a refresher, Helen and everybody else, this H drive is a network space that Lehigh gives you for you to be saving your files, for you to access them from whatever other computer you're using on campus or on your own computer if you install the H drive in your personal computers. But that's not good for us to use in our project because it's not like steady. You always have to authenticate first for you to be able to access that network drive and everything else. Okay, so this one is safe. It's C users, Helen, Flood Adventures. Good. Click there, please. Now go to Branch Explorer. Let's find the house. Where is the house? So the house is in the last change of main, which is the PC. And this means that there is like pending changes in this project. The dash button, whatever. See, it's coming from here.
And that's from that's from opening it in Unity 6, right?
I don't know. Let's take a look at that together. It's okay, Helen, you don't have to go further. It's fine. Let's click on pending changes to see what changes they are saying. So these are the changes that you usually share with me. And I always tell all of you that this assets icon, something .png.meta, they have been coming back all the time. We try to ignore them, but it's not working. So what we started doing was totally just deleting them all the time. In this case here, it's the first time this computer, the one that Helen is using, has processed those changes. That's why it's under the changed items. So these are really things that could be checked in. But since we know that this computer is not yet fully set up, we are not going to be doing anything with that. So Helen, let's undo everything. Oh, wait, check again. It was already selected. And click here, undo. And these ones we need to delete. For you to delete these files, you have to delete them one by one. Yeah. Not like this, but can you go up to the first item here?
Does Control A work?
No, because then it selects the first one. But you could do Control A and then hold Control and unclick the first one. This works. Click with the right button. We will also have to delete the shelf that we created here. Can you delete the shelf? I wonder, are these shelves like tied to the user's account? Because I don't know if I saw this under Giovanna's
Yeah,
screenshots.
I also saw it, but
honestly, it also had like my email, but I never checked in anything like of that. You know what I
But
mean?
you know, like this is Helen, so we only see one, but in yours you have thousands, even from people
Yeah.
from last year. So I was like, oh, so the shelves are not tied to the user account. But then Helen's doesn't have everybody else's. So I'm still not being able to pinpoint what this is like. Let's just delete everything. Can you go to the branch explorer? I don't like these private files here. I don't want to have anything like that. Can you click here in the house so we can see where you are? You are still there.
Oh, the goal is to get to the, yeah, over there, right?
Just switch the workspace to Warren's.
I
Let's try.
guess.
Okay, so open Unity now. What's bothering me with like Helen's account, I don't know why this is happening. It's always bringing up all the hidden files of the project in plastic. It's just like the ignore file is not working for her. But this is good. Look at that. Now this is showing the new version already. So can you click here and open? So while it's loading, let's talk about again the recent breakthroughs you had this weekend or this week. Or any issues that you are still facing that I might be able to help.
I mean, I can start. Um, uh, Basically what happened was that I kept trying to play test in the VR demo scene, but well, first of all, I had to mess with some of the XR interaction settings, and then noticed that it would only work. And then once I got those fine, I noticed it would only work the first time after launching the project, but not the second onwards. Apparently, that's an issue that other people have faced, and there was a script online I found, and I just put it onto the XR rig, and it runs whenever it launches, and yeah, it's working consistently now. And apparently, that was the same problem with the house scene. I just had to apply that script there too, and then it was consistently working. Um, After that, yesterday we applied the vignette effect when moving. I still have my own complaints about the about like motion sickness and whatever, but that's for a different time. And right now we're trying to figure out why whenever we move at all, the camera rises a lot. And that's the state we're at right now.
Okay, so this seems to be something related to the box collider or the mesh collider in the player body. So we would have to play test while seeing the scene view so that we can see from afar when you are moving with the controller what's going on. Because if you are going up, it might be two things. A script is raising the Y value of the camera, or when you are moving, like it's usually a capsule collider. So it might be the case that you are like going up the coffee table or you're going up the cat or something like that, and there's no gravity applied to that game object. So once you go up, it stays even if the step disappears. So by what you described, these are the possible situations that come to my mind, but we need to check that during gameplay.
Yeah.
So these are your updates, or is it everybody's updates?
Well, Ryan figured out the raycasting, I guess. My task was to figure out where to get the vignette, and it turns out that it's coming from the XR toolkit.
Mhm.
So we kind of just figured from there's like a VR demo scene, and the vignette effect was under the main camera in the
Yes.
XR toolkit. So we just figured together that we're just gonna put that into Warren's branches. So that's why he has it. And we just put in the what's it called? The locomotion providers.
Mhm.
So to make the player turn, like what happens, and we're just kind of we have to test that still a lot to make sure that it's not causing the player to, be more dizzy. than we
Okay,
want
I
it to.
remember I read this in the documentation you provided. So among those locomotion stuff, I think the last item was the climb. Do not activate the climb functional because we don't need to climb in the house.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be less. Everything you notice that is going to be something that we won't be needing to use, you can deactivate. For example, I am almost sure that we are not gonna be teleporting in this game because teleportation, it breaks the reality effect. Like this game, it is, although it's a game, it's also mostly a simulation. We are trying to simulate what would happen in one's real life, and we wouldn't be able to teleport. So if we add this fantasy or these sci-fi effects, it takes away the value from the simulation. So you can also deactivate the teleportation effect because it's going to be less things for the XR scripts to be running, processing and stuff like that. I see that the project has opened. Let's go back to that screen. Uh, can you drag this up, Helen, just for us to be able to read everything?
Something.
Scene validation, what's that? Can you click here for me to see what options we have?
I don't know what this is, but I saw it a few times, and when I just closed it, I didn't run into any errors.
This is new. I've never seen that in my life.
Oh, I saw that in a video.
And what are they talking about this? Is this something Unity 6 that is bringing?
Well, I think it's just checking if there's any errors in the project. That's it. Like not
Since there's no issues, then
not the
Oh, okay.
functionality, but the project itself.
Okay, so this is that window that when we are installing XR or whatever, there's like lots of issues and then we can click fix everything or ignore. Okay, okay, good. So our project doesn't have any issues. Helen, you can close that. Another thing I would like to remind you is, one, we don't use AI. So you can click with the right button here and close this window because this only takes away your working space. Or you can even hide, like, yeah, it's okay. But I think hide just makes everything disappear. Another thing is that sometimes you need to read the labels and names of the file. So yeah, Helen knows what I'm talking about. You use that so it's easier for you to see. Now, this doesn't have the vignette effect, just like Giovanna explained, right?
Well, what is this? Where is this coming from? Ones?
Yeah, this is one.
Just open the XR rig. The camera option, make camera.
Yeah,
Oh,
two.
it is, right?
And then open I can't see, sorry. The locomotion vignette providers. Right there. That one. The
Oh,
one
this
below.
one.
And then we can just like delete the climb ones and teleportation ones. I don't know about the group, the grab stuff.
The grabs, I think the
minus-
grabs will be the most important one in the
Right?
future,
For
so
the
we can leave it.
raycasting, no?
Yeah,
And I think
yeah, same with teleportation.
we can also delete the teleportation and climb from the hierarchy now. Or
It's in the hierarchy?
yeah, like right here,
Oh, there it is.
because we don't need it.
This is excellent. I'm very impressed. The fluency that you achieved after spring break, it's excellent. That's exactly the type of like Giovanna is speaking like a Unity professional developer over there. How many are you making per year? 2K, 200K? I'm kidding. Like, but that's what I was saying before, like before spring break. I needed you to reach this level so you understand the lingo, you know what you're going. You click one thing on the inspector window, you know there's something in the hierarchy window, and vice versa, and stuff like that. Now, I don't know if you notice in that vignette preview, whatever, we can also test the vignette to show in the editor, not only in the headset. But if you click here, the tunneling vignette, it's saying that preview in editor is no effect. So you can put default parameters, and hopefully when you hit play, it's going to be working like in the game window as well. You don't have to be wearing the headset to test, so to speak. For example, because Dr. Bodzin likes to see, oh, is the vignette effect working? Then you can even like activate this real quickly in the preview in the editor and say, yes, it is. So look at here, it's working. And then you can disable that because you don't need to be using the preview all the time. Everything that happens in the editor is the computer that is processing, so it's not the headset. Now let's move on to Warren's paranormal phenomenon that the player is levitating in the house.
Yep. Yeah, they know. Yeah, they know they were there.
Okay, so I would like you to drag this game view away and dock it next to the scene view so we can see both things at the same time. All right. I don't know if you did this yet, but when you tested with the headset, was the headset in the floor or did it go up automatically?
It started at some level, but as soon as you started moving the stick at all, it just snap upwards and then it'd stay there.
It stays or it continues going up?
It doesn't continue going up. It just snaps upward just some amount, and that's where it stays for the rest of the time until you hit stop.
Okay, Helen, can you click this XR origin for us to see the body of the player? What is different? Oh, no, I think it's here. There you go. Can you see that cylinder like here? This is like, it's how they try to mimic the body of a human and the height of the human. That's why the camera is usually attached to the top of that cylinder because it's like our head.
I might be spitballing right here because I did not notice how low it was before. Can you like shrink the height of the XR rig? Do you think that'll help?
Let's reset this because this seems to be weird, these numbers here. Helen, can you click here on these three dots and reset? Okay, we are outside the house. That's why it's not rendering anything. Click, Helen, come here to this screen and scroll out just like that. Scroll out for you to move away from the inside of the house.
Scroll out like this?
Yeah, yes, scroll
just
out.
hit F.
Scroll out.
Oh yeah, right, that's what it did.
So if you click twice on this XR origin, it's gonna get closer. So it's away. One way for you to do this is for you to use this gizmo here. If you click the Y, it's gonna bring the camera to the top. So you can see Now scroll out, all the way out. Now you know. So now click this one here for you to be able to move. And then you grab the blue and the red, and then you move inside the house. Ta-da! Okay, that's it.
That's good, that's
All right. Try to put yourself on the floor, not through the objects. Yeah, the cat is floating, but it's gonna fall. All right. How do we go to check where we are? You can reset by clicking here again. Oh no, I'm sorry. Click again. And now click like this top thing here. Like we need to do perspective, I guess. How do we go back to the perspective? Clicking again on the Z? I don't remember. It's been a while.
What is F?
Front? Oh, wait.
Well,
Oh, I want to take.
can you could probably like right click to rotate it, right?
We still don't have the perspective. It's not helpful. Can you click once on the center square?
Wait,
Okay.
try
Scroll
the
back.
arrow thing on the corner. The top left corner of the scene view.
Okay.
Then that's like free movement. Like, yeah, try right clicking and dragging now. Or is it left clicking? One of the two. Oh, I mean, not on the XR rig, but just somewhere.
Oh, like here? It's this. Wait, why is this box actually?
I think you selected something. Now you're back to the
Oh.
hand.
Oops. Okay.
Okay, this is homework for all of you. This is Unity Movement 101. This thing here, it's the whole thing. It has all the elements together. So you will be getting used to that. Like if you only have this hand here, it's gonna be panning the camera. Click this one here, Helen. So you have all the tools all together. Yes. So if you click the arrows, it's gonna move it translationally, like to the front, to the back. If you click the boxes, it's going to stretch the 3D object. If you click the arches, like you see there is a blue arch here, a green one here, and a red one here, it rotates the game object. So you can use all of them together as long as you know what they are gonna be doing. Currently, it's fine because we did what we wanted to do. The thing is not touching the table, but for you to always to be triple sure about that, you should like click with the right button and move to the right so that you can turn the Unity camera. Yes, turn. Now you're gonna be moving to the left so you can get behind that thing. Now I want you, yes, go ahead, do that. You were doing the thing that I was wanting. Yeah,
Oh, like this thing?
yes, but to the other, yes,
Oh, this side.
yes. I want you to see from the table, the corner table perspective for you to see if you are floating. No, you are not. It's fine. You got it. Look down, please. Look, it's really not inside any object anymore. Because depending on how the camera, the scene camera is, you have the impression that the XR rig is in the correct place. But actually it's like over things. Now let's hit play and see what Warren was describing. Notice here if the camera is gonna be changing the position.
Pick up the table hitbox.
I think it was when we were testing it, it was with the VR. Like when we start moving, it just went to the ceiling.
Did you see that this yellow stuff here was created during runtime? Can you continue moving? Can you move again? No, now you cannot because of
hold on, this doesn't look right.
Need the names.
This looks like it's still using the old control system.
Yeah, this is the web version. This is not the
Can you check the console?
Wait, what was the question again, Warren?
It didn't look like it was using the VR.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, you don't have MetaQuest link open.
Oh, here
Oh,
you
you have to
decide
go.
which you're gonna be
Oh my
using.
lord.
Who wants to share their stuff? Because I mean, wait,
Wait, wasn't the other team said it was turned on? I don't know.
no, just the VR.
Do we just create a random one?
Wait,
Yeah,
have mine.
I just threw my school email at it, so
I
that
have
should be
mine.
fine, right?
What are you talking about?
Oh,
Linking the VR headset.
yeah, we wanted to show you how it works with the headset.
I think I turned off the setting to use the
The simulator.
yeah.
It's fine. You should
isn't
be
anymore.
moving away from the simulator eventually. So it's fine. You should log in with the lab account. You don't have to do this with your own accounts. We have the lab account.
Oh,
It's okay.
right.
So,
But Giovanna is
give
already
us
almost there.
Hold on, give us a minute. Is it on? It is on, right?
yeah, the other team said it was okay, click the button.
Okay, so Ryan is our immersive driver.
Yeah, just get into the white room.
It's green here, so I think it's just not connected. Okay.
No, I can't do that until.
Do you see anything?
Hold on. We gotta. Let me show you.
Oh, it's on that screen.
Welcome to our lives. This is going to happen all the time, so it's fine.
Oh, it's not. Hold on. I know what to do.
The more we do this, the more used we get to that.
Yeah, okay. We should be able to now if it's linked. Yeah, it's connected.
I think I'll quest something. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it.
Okay, now you can.
Oh, Ryan, do you see anything?
I think it's good.
You just need to play it now.
Ooh, you all are doing excellent. Yay. Okay.
But is that
Ryan got
feeling?
taller.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what happened.
Yeah. That's what we need to fix.
Okay, so can you scroll down? I'm sorry. Can you scroll out here? We need this video. Oh gosh. Can we stop the video somehow? Maybe turning off from the television. Otherwise, you also go crazy watching this video all the time you test the project. Maybe UI or cutscene cameras, I don't know. No, so cutscene, let's see, cutscene. Is that the television there? No, go up. Player? Why do we have a player here?
Oh yeah, I disabled that.
Oh, I think I know where it is. It's in here. Look at this thing. Oh, video, new. Yeah. Video.
Oh, but this is the source of the video. This video is plugged
not
in
it?
one of the game objects
Oh,
Oh.
and should be on the television. Like if you click here, the television, it should be selecting for you.
Oh, pause the game.
Oh, the video ended now.
Just click. Just keep.
No, I paused it. I
She paused it.
I paused it.
Click on the TV. to find it.
Yes, where is that now?
Oh, TV.
There's nothing. Oh, look at the what's in there.
audio source.
Are you sure it's not in the, because that source was like MP4.
This is just that TV.
Click
Wow,
again.
there's
Click
a
again.
there's a new door hole object 3 clone.
Tutorial?
What do you think we go?
No.
Look up like MP4.
MP4.
Never mind.
Click
Go to
the
video.
television again, please. No, click again.
Oh my.
Okay, this is an excellent example of lack of documentation from previous teams. We don't know how the game works yet. Helen, can you click here in the all thing and type TV? Let's see how many TV's objects are there. This is crazy. Like,
There's nothing.
where is the video player of this video?
That's what I was saying.
Can you unpause the game so that to see if the video player is generated during runtime?
Oh
No,
yeah,
it's
it actually
already
did end.
like it's already ended.
Just started.
It's okay, forget about the television, but like you should try to disable that when you are working so that you don't have to watch the video all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's take a look at the XR rig again.
Should I
Don't stop, don't stop. Here. Okay, so the vignette effect is working. The problem is the camera. What is this yellow thing over the green thing?
Oh, yeah, I'm not doing it.
Okay, so this thing here might be the case. Tracking origin mode, you can say device. Did it change anything? No? No. Take a look at the camera offset here. It's right under the... So they increased the Y in 1.36, but there is another level of height going up. Take a look at the main camera now. Can you reset this camera? Click here. It's being forced by the position of the headset, I guess. It's okay. Wait. The headset is facing the television. Is it because Ryan put the headset lower? If you put the headset in the level of your head, Ryan, what happens?
It's like
Higher.
Oh,
such
yeah, it's right up against the ceiling.
and he's sitting down, so like if you stand up, are you upside down? Yeah, if he stands, he's
Yeah.
like
Wow,
his head.
no. Click here, this camera offset. Let's remove this camera, not remove, like reduce this, put 0, please. This is too much. Who is, Giovanna, can you check online which option we need to select for that device tracking? Yeah, click there, Helen, please. So tracking origin mode, is this device or floor? I don't remember.
It was on not specified region.
I can look into the documentation. It's just reading.
I hope the documentation is better because it's terrible. All right, so let's do the following. This is one issue that you already have in your hands for you to troubleshoot, right? The vignette effect is working perfectly. You can test with the headset. You can move inside the house with the headset. That's exactly the stage I wanted all of you to be in. And the cat is moving. All right. So something is funny because the camera source is here, but the body is here, right? So it's not that bad, but it's something that is manageable. We can fix that with a little investigation. All right, so I need to make sure now that all of you can have this stage when you are working, whether you are working in the dev lab, or in your own computer. Ryan, oh, you don't have a headset yet. But when you work with your own computer, were you able to ever try, or are you using the simulator in your own computer?
Using the simulator.
And can you move and move the camera? And you were working with the Raycast, right?
Yeah.
Is this version already like with Ryan's improvements, or we haven't merged yet? We haven't merged yet. So let's stop playing, Helen.
Oh, I found the documentation.
Oh, did you? What is the tracking origin mode?
The tracking origin mode specifies the spatial relationship between the XR origin and the XR device. Whatever.
And
I can share my screen.
Which option should we choose? Floor, headset?
Oh, the device, because it says that you can manually set the height of the user.
Okay, so let's change here to device on this drop down. And can you see here, this is the offset that was forcing on the camera. So it's in this script that is driving the offset upwards. So let's hit play again and see if it's going to be weird, because we changed from not specified to device during gameplay, but now we changed before and we're gonna be hitting play.
Oh, we do like start with the video. Oh, no video.
No, it's gonna start.
Okay, now Helen, change this value here to 1. But the camera is still weird. The player also grew, like it's just like a giant. Oh, okay, no, I know what's going on. Let's stop. We need to have a philosophical talk here. Oh my gosh, I never knew this day was going to come. So when we created the game for desktop, which is 2D, we didn't have this perception of height or I am in a house. I'm not sure even if this house has real, dimensions. There is nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with anything you all did. You all did excellent work. I am so proud of you. I'm just saying that we reached a new hurdle of this project. We are in a 3D environment, but all this house was put together based on the references of the previous developers of what a house looks like. But like, how tall is this house? Usually, like, I don't know in inches, but a floor has 3 meters high, right? Like, how tall is this house? So I think we might need to have one of you start investigating this, like the proportions of the house to the proportion of the player wearing a headset. Just like we were saying, like, oh, Ryan's sitting down, but if he stands up, his head goes up the wall. So this is something that is we need to address. And it's not like setup wise, you are excellent. Everything is working as it should be. So let's table that. This is something that you need to be doing this week as a deliverable, like figuring this out or investigating to understand how tall this house is, or if you can reverse engineer, like by the judging the size of the house, how tall would this player game object need to be? You know what I'm saying? Because the way it is now, it's not matching, and it's giving us this giant perception, which is weird. So this is a big task for this week. The second thing I would like to check, especially because we are running out of time, is let's merge Ryan's updates to this version so we can see the raycasts in the test as well. So Helen, can you go to, oh, please stop here. Never pause, because if you pause, the computer keeps processing everything in the background. Now go to plastic. Oh, we didn't merge yet. So let's merge this to main. Then we will merge this to main.
Changes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I just answered the question I had. Can you move, Helen, can you move this plastic window to the left real quick? Remember when I was trying to come up with the explanation why the camera was tall? Like here, the dynamic move is using gravity. So even if you stepped on something, it would fall to the ground again. So that's fine. That's not an issue. That's good. Now let's go back to plastic. So click with the right button here, and then merge from this change set to, because you want to select main VR. Wow, there are so many. Main VR.
Oh,
this one.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Check into merge. Updated with XR, right? Camera working.
No, wait, stop. This is Helen's account. Cancel.
Oh, right. This. Okay.
We need to be very careful. Not that Helen is personally liable to it. It's just because her account, we don't know what is going on. The page changes has this over 10,000 things. If it's only private, it shouldn't be something. Like, can you go to the pending changes first? We don't even have anything. That's weird. That's good actually. But then when you go to check in, oh, okay. So what are we doing here? Let's try. Let's try. We need to try. Go back to Branch Explorer. So this is a very steady version. Can you create a label here first? Click with the right button. Label this change set. How do we say that? Well, a very good name to remind us that this version is solid. It's working. I'm not very creative today, I guess.
Okay.
Good.
Accelerate
Working.
camera.
Oh, put an
Oh,
exclamation mark. Let's make it more like, yay! So create this label, please.
Okay. Should I include comments?
Oh yeah, you can say like, we tested this together in the headset. We saw the vignette effect working. The thumbsticks were controlling the player, XR rig.
No.
Okay, this is gonna help us remember that this stage. Good. Plays a little.
Or
Yes.
might as well like her.
That's good. That's helpful. You also are reminding us in the future that this, although it's very good, there is this issue that we identified.
I'll just leave.
All right, so see, now stuff has appeared here. Let's go to the pending changes.
Refresh. Still the same.
I have a question. Why is this Unistorm stuff like we are not even using Unistorm anymore. The things are videos. But it was removed, so we have to make sure that you can click this one here as well. And then like checking before merge. Just say before merging, yeah. Checking. Now go to Branch Explorer. Grab this one and merge back to main by clicking with the right button, merge to, yes, this one. VR. Oh my gosh, that 1,000, 11,000, go ahead, okay. Just check in, we need to do that. You can say like, checking in, first merge back to main after spring break and week 7 or sprint 7. So we know what exactly we have accomplished based on the sprint report number. Great, check in. Now let's check in Ryan's work because he worked with the raycast into that main again.
Oh, is that also called ABR? Okay.
Main VR, yeah. No, but wait, we know that Ryan was working on that and he said that it was working fine. Right, Ryan?
Yeah.
Are you confident?
What do you mean by working fine?
Okay, so because we know that Ryan was working and we can see here, we should keep his changes, not the original ones. So for us to understand this thing here, there is this merge diagram button. So click the merge diagram. Let's visualize. So this is Ryan. So Ryan is the source. And the destination is the new version that we will have. The base is the version that we have in the main/VR, but it's going to create a new change set, which is this one, once we add Ryan's work. So we want to keep the source over the destination. So click here again, merge diagram. We want to keep the source changes and preserve the add and discard the delete. This is not helpful at all. but we want to keep the source changes for all the of them. So one thing you can do also is to select them here, click with the right button and choose this option, keep the source. Try again, click with the right button. No, I can't believe it's not working. Oh, wait, come over here, merge option. Plastic usually does this automatically, but let's not do automatic because sometimes it chooses something that we don't want. Click manual conflict, save. And here it's already keep the source. So let's resolve directory conflict. Okay, now there's no more merge problems anymore.
Am I good to check in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So merging Ryan's work back to main. Giovanna, yours was the vignette, right? But we saw that in Warren's. Is there
Yeah.
anything else you did here that you'd like to check back to main?
No. Everything that we kind of did together, we put it in Warren stuff, so should be
Okay,
there.
okay, good. So this is the new version. It's beautiful. I am so proud of you because it's hard to accomplish this and you did it together. I know, like, I even burned Warren's health because he stayed 1 hour over with me, 1 hour and a half extra last week. But this allowed all of us to be able to go further, right? So from here, you'll be branching out and you have to decide what you're going to be working on. So who is going to be working on the size of the house? Who is going to be working on removing like things that are from the desktop version? Like, do you have any checklist of actions to do, or we still need to think about that? Oh my gosh, we're over time. I'm so sorry.
I think we have a couple of things to do. While we were testing it yesterday, with the game, we noticed that like a little bit of the furniture is like not how it's supposed to look like. Like the chairs, they were coming out, and the tables were a little crooked. So just fixing that to
Okay.
make the game look better, and then just including that on top of the resizing and proportions with the user and the building.
So if I'm not mistaken, I read something about Ryan's feedback. Ryan, you started trying to highlight the object, but it's not working yet. Is that correct?
I got the raycast to change color when it's hovering over a grabbable object.
So you made it the very raycast to change the color, right?
Yeah.
And is the outline on the object appearing or not yet?
I didn't know that was a thing.
I don't remember anything of that, so I just want to know, do you still have anything to do on the very same topic, or are you going to be moving to a different action?
I could make the grabbable objects actually work with it, or all the other ones they're supposed to be.
Okay, because this is also related to the raycast interaction, so since you got started with that, you're more familiar, so it makes sense, right? Okay, Giovanna and Warren, what are you going to be doing?
Well, I can probably test the vignette stuff still, because we still need to figure out the turns and make it very smooth.
But that's fine. What we saw today is fine.
Well, what do you suggest?
It seems to be aggressive, but it's not, because we saw on the 2D screen. But when we wear the headset, it closes just a little, and it helps that peripheral vision to be blocked, so we don't get dizzier. I would like to know what you would like to do. There is so much to do in this house. For example, do you remember when, like, you can always go and play the online version that is in the website, and you see things happening, and then you have to think, okay, how should I do this in a VR space? I don't know if you all noticed, but we have the balloon, the thought balloon from the player appearing in the bottom of the screen. There is no screen anymore in immersive interface. Where or how are we going to be communicating these thoughts, right? Another thing, the house. There is that on the top right corner, we have the mini map. Is the mini map something that is translatable into VR? I don't know. The inventory, how can we communicate to the player that they are holding a specific amount of objects? So there are so many big questions like this because we are, although the game is there, we are totally creating a new game. It's weird, but that's what the big task for this year entails. We have to keep using testing and like, okay, how do I transfer or translate that system that worked very well in 2D to an immersive interface? All right?
Yeah, I have a question. So,
Mhm.
we saw today that the player was able to see the controller in the game. Should we still allow that, or should we change it to like hands, stuff like that?
I
How
think we
should we
just
work around that?
I think we decided that we would leave it like the controller or something, just not the hands, because we didn't want to make the player think that you had to like actually reach out to grab something.
Yeah, this is the initial stage, right? Because then we're gonna be helping them to work with the race instead of thinking about their hands.
Mm.
In the very end, like in the future, when your work this year really paves the way for the future, we'll be able to change into hands and even have like our normal hands interacting with the objects. But for now, having the controller is more than enough because we really have to start thinking and like coming up with the new designs for all the other elements. And you have all of you, the four of you have freedom to think about the ideas or solutions, keep notes. If you are good at sketching the idea, to share with the others, go ahead. This is really another ideation process. And we have the problem. It's that the game used to be 2D and now it's immersive in an immersive interface. How do we bring all those components here? Okay? Don't forget, please, to branch out from this thing here that we created together so that each one of you can be working in your own thing, but having the same project, all right?
Yeah, from which one again? Which node? The last one?
This.
And what should we call it? Like number 2 now instead of number
Yeah,
1?
put your own names and number 2 so that we know that it's like one after the other. Helen, can you create one just as an example?
Yeah, something else I forgot. I'm not sure it was mentioned yet. You can lean out of bounds. And yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna work on this week, looking into the
What
hitbox.
happened?
When you're in the VR headset, like when you walk into a wall, like you can like lean outside of the wall and then just keep going and you'll fall out of the world.
This is another issue.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
so
that's
you
what I was
can
planning
work
to
on
do this
that.
week.
You can work on that.
Yeah.
All of you, there's so many things to do that we don't even know how to split, right? When you identify something, take notes in the documentation, say, I'm gonna be working on that. And then you focus on addressing that issue you selected on your own sub-branch, on your task branch for this week. So the goal is, by the end of this week, like next Friday, when you come back to the meeting, you will have something updated or improved or worked on so that we can test together. And then at the end of the meeting, we can merge all back to the main/VR, and create a more upgraded, better version of this game. But again, every time you notice something weird, take notes, or even create it as a backlog item. I don't know. Like, it's really like troubleshooting in the complete sense. You are using the project, and then you identify an issue, you list that issue to be addressed, then you decide who is going to be working on that, and then the cycle goes. All right? Like, I am very happy and proud of you, but do not get comfortable. This project is a monster and we need you, especially now that you were able to get through. You are the experts on working in this house in VR. So we just can help you like with guidance and like sharing something that we knew from before, but trust yourselves. You are doing excellent. I'm very happy. And if anything, plastic-wise or project-wise or manifest JSON document-wise, type the questions in the meeting notes and tag me so I can know that you are, or send an email to Dr. Bodzin because he calls my attention and I am able to help you sooner. All right? Anything else? No? Warren, recover fast. All right?
Thank you.
Professor Rusak, any last words?
No, just some encouragement. We are doing research here. A lot of this is brand new, state of the practice or even state of the art. So that typically in research, you move forward, you have to bounce back a little bit. Things don't go the way you expect. So you have to rethink things. So don't get discouraged by these sidetrack issues that we keep on having.
Yeah, that's the process. But whenever we get back to the surface, it's so rewarding that then you want to do more. That's weird, but that's how it goes. All right, so enjoy the weekend, and I'll see you next week again with everybody else. All right?
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Take care all. Go ahead.